I think understanding who wrote and sang this song, the Sons of Korah, gives us an understanding of what this means. Now, if you know anything about the book of Numbers, you'll know that Korah, the person that these singers were named after, these priests, Korah was Moses' nephew. He was the nephew of Moses. And in Numbers 16, he rose up as a self-styled religious leader in opposition to Moses. And Korah led this rebellion. And he led many people wrong, many people wrong. He brought destruction upon himself and others. Korah, in the history of Israel, was almost like the first Judas Iscariot. We say Judas and we immediately think betrayal of Jesus. If you were an Israelite and you said Korah, you would immediately think resistance and betrayal of Moses. Korah betrayed his uncle. Korah resisted what God was doing through Moses. And here are his descendants singing this song, this welcome song, to these far-flung enemies of Israel. And you realize that the sons of Korah knew better than anyone that God's grace is greater than a bad last name. That God's grace is greater than a wrong background. God's grace is bigger and greater, more powerful than a bad history. They knew, if anybody knew, that the bad start to your story doesn't mean it has to end that way. Because even though they were the sons of Korah, they were now priests who served the people and served God in the temple. They were priests who wrote songs that became scripture that's been used in worship for thousands of years by billions of people to declare the praise of God. That God can bend even the worst of stories toward himself for his glory and for our good. Even our bad stories, even our bad backgrounds, our bad reputations. This is the welcome. God is making his home here, not for condemnation, but for grace. And the doors are flung open wide to welcome us home.